So I'm gonna start recording this so we can get this going. Real quickly, one last thing I just wanted to tell you guys is if you guys ever want to see my sessions after they're actually done being recorded, just type in Ruben. Really Trades is one word. Go on here and you guys could Google me. So you guys could see, you know, I'll be putting these up so you guys can check them out whenever they're done. But other than that, like I said, Ruben Really Trades. Go ahead, drop that subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. But moving on past that, so like I was saying, Thursday and Friday is going to be what's very important for news. So let me sign in to my trading view and then we can get this going. My bad for not having it already done. But okay, cool. So if there's any pairs that you guys want me to actually check out and mark up, just definitely let me know, guys. Whatever's in the bookmark, that's going to be what I'm marking up. So other than that, you know, we'll start with the dollar and then we'll get this thing going. Okay, bet. Gold. I got you. Yeah, gold's right here. XAUUSD. So gonna delete all this, you know. Charts that I had, they were cool while they were up. You know, it's always good to delete stuff and actually, you know, go back to just checking out the chart some more. So with this right here, there we go. With this right here, guys, you know, one thing we can see is that when we check this out, right, if we start on the daily and we actually look at what price has been showing us lately, we can see that what we've had going on is we've had the beginning of the move to the downside. And so one place that we can expect to be going is in this downward direction, just because of the simple fact that if we look, you know, we had the touch right. Let me do this better. We had 1, 2, 3 touches of 97.5 right here. So with that, you know, we had a triple top, and now that price is going down, the next thing that we can expect to see is price to continue going down. So with this, you know, I do want to see the dollar continue to drop until, you know, this level right here. This is pretty much 95, and then this one right here is 94.5. So I want to see price fall to this low, and because I want to see this happen, guys, what that's going to mean is that when I'm looking at USD pairs, right, USD XXX, I'm expecting them to drop. If we're looking at XXX USD, we're expecting it to go up. So just based off of this right here, you know, simple little markup of the dollar, this is something that's very important when helping you guys know how learn how to trade, just because of the fact that you're able to check out what's going on in the market. Because if you understand what the dollar is doing, then you're actually able to understand what is actually happening when we look at the charts. So we have this right here. You know, once again, I would like to see it come down to our 95. Other than the 95, you know, we could check this out. One way we could actually do this is we could use this tool right here, which is pretty handy dandy, a trend-based fib. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this right here. And then what this thing is going to show us is the way that you actually use it is it's a way to be able to identify where price is going to be going. So let me fix the settings on this really fast, and then we will get this going. So the trend line, you guys can see right here, I drew it for the downtrend direction. Just because, you know, I would like to see potentially how low this thing could go. So with where we are right here with price, you know, we see the 1618. This lines up with our key level of right here, the 94.5. So what I'm actually going to do really quickly is I might as well just round these numbers out to the real levels they're supposed to be, just so this chart could look a little more clean. 94.5. But yeah, so we can see, you know, what I was saying, just that me using that trend-based extension, that right there is something that is just a double confirmation of the key level we have, right? 95 or 94.5, excuse me. We see that the 1618 is literally on that. You know, I didn't even move the trend-based fib at all to match our key levels. I just drew it, you know, just looking at the candlestick. So like I said, we could see the 1618, or even if we checked out this right here, the 2168, that's also another level of resistance. So we could see that this 2618, you know, this could definitely be something that we see as far as this being the very lowest it will go. So another thing we could do is, you know, pretty much just to highlight this to you guys as far as what could be a potential as far as how much it goes down. Don't worry too much about the stop loss, but 95 is definitely one spot it could go to. 94.5 is definitely another spot it could go to. And another spot would be down here at 92.6, just because if we look at the last time the dollar was as high, which was here, and which is right here, what happened? It dropped all the way to the bottom right here. So this is exactly what we could be getting as well. You know, depending on that right there, we could see a lot of pairs do some crazy things to start setting up for the new year. You know, UCAD is looking like it's done. I told you guys last Tuesday that January 4th. So let me zoom in a little more so we can see this. But I told you guys on January 4th that UCAD is looking like a sell just because of where it is already with price. Let me delete all this stuff. We could keep this going. So with UCAD, first things first, always turn it to the line graph. Once you turn it to the line graph, marking up gets that much easier. So line graph, all we're doing right now is marking up just support and resistance. This is what you guys should be doing every single time you mark up the chart. Another thing too that's very important to look at is just at the fact that where price has been, you know, it's capping out right here. So one thing that we'll do is, just so I could highlight this for myself, and one thing, you know, you guys could do too, I like to draw rectangles in between two little spots just because we caught this high right here. So there we go. We'll put it like that. And so we have that. Now the rest of this, you know, we'll just mark up a couple levels that we might see. So we'll definitely put one like right there, put one right here, and then put another level right there. So, and then the last one, I will say right here. So with what we're doing is literally, guys, we're just looking at previous support and resistance, and we're trying to figure out where this thing could go. So the reason why we're doing what we did is because we see right here, it came all the way down to here. So what I'm expecting is coming to here and then coming down to here as well. You know, even with something like this, guys, one thing we could check out is how this has actually been on an uptrend. Let me change this color. So have that color right there, you know, the red trend line. showing us that price has been consistently keeping up with everything that's going on. So with this right here, one thing we could see is we could get this touch to here, and then we could get this, something like this, where price drops to here, price comes down, you know, right here, like how it did right there, how price was stuck right here. We could get that touch right here as well, get the up move, get the retest, and then boom, we might see something like this just to complete a pattern of seeing like a head and shoulders form. You know, that's definitely something we could see. So definitely UCAD is setting up. I would like to see it stop hunt for Friday. You know, once again, news is on Thursday and Friday. So we are waiting for that to happen. UCAD, like I said, basically I think I'm looking for just the continuation of it going up for a little bit, just to test here. For a lot of you guys, this is what's known as a teacup. So that's how I looked at this off of the daily. So hopping over to some smaller time frames where we actually go to our candles, you know, one thing we could see is that price is slowly making its way up, but with what it's doing, you know, it looks like it's been slowing down, but right now this thing is still telling me clearly that it is in an uptrend direction. Everything that I'm circling is a higher low. So because of that, and because of it making higher highs, literally like consistently there and there, making that little channel, this thing is telling me that it is still going up. So one thing that we need to see is we need to see any type of confirmation as far as like, you know, a M, as far as a retest. We could see, you know, a head and shoulders. Or that was a bad example, but you get what I'm saying? We just need to see some type of confirmation that this thing is now being in a down direction. So we're waiting for that. You know, price still has the ability to go up, so that's what we are waiting for. One indication that'll tell us that price is ready to go down is if we see any type of doji like this follow, or if we see something like this where, you know, price was going up, we have a doji, and then even if we get something like this where we start getting a rejection of the top side and we go to the downside, you know, anything like this right here showing us that this thing is going down is what we're looking for. You know, like I was saying, I feel like that's going to come towards Thursday, Friday. So that's that. Now with USDJPY, I haven't even cleaned it up since we called the sell. So with this pair, I'm just going to delete all this stuff just because it's not important anymore. You know, the main move to catch, guys, was a sell. So right now it's kind of like, I don't care what UJ's doing, I guess, just because my main move that I caught was literally all of that. So, you know, looking at this as where it could stop before we might see the up movement, excuse me. You know, we just identify these spots right there. And then we could identify down here is, you know, more support and resistance. One thing I can do too as well is I can draw a fib. So what I'm going to do first real quick is I'm just going to mark these up. 650. So this one, we'll just put it at 600. We'll see what that does. Then you guys know the drill. Keep rounding all of them to either the half or the whole level. Once we do that, you know, the next step after this is very easy. we just tossed the fib up, and then our charts looking like spaghetti. So we'll delete this. So now that we have these levels, one thing we could definitely check out is we could just see, you know, I'll start it from right here. We'll go down to this very bottom. What we could check out is we could just see right here how, you know, if we put our 1 where this thing actually started dropping and it retraced that, right? If we put our one saying this thing's going to be on a downtrend, and we go to check this out, you know, what we can expect is right here at in between our 2 key levels, this little 50 pip box right here, or I think that's 45 pips actually. I'm not too sure, but yeah, 45. So in this little box right here, this is where I would like to see price go down. So at least to something right here, you know, even farther down, I would definitely like to see price come down. So let me highlight these areas. You know, UJ is looking like it could come down another probably like 50 to 100 pips, you know, right here at our 106.6 is a very good spot. Anywhere in this box between these 2 numbers is another spot. And then our last spot would be at our 105.5. That is what I'm looking for the sells. You know, one thing we could see is that it's made 1 push, 2 push, and then it's on its 3rd push down. So we might see something to there. Once again, it just depends on how the dollar does, because literally, you know, our dollar is in turmoil right now, and just because our government's not even active right now, you know, we're frozen. And so just with that, you know, it could cause a lot of speculation in the market. So we could have a lot of people backing out of their investing on the dollar and, you know, put their money elsewhere, which could cause all of that stuff to, you know, keep dropping like that. So that's with USDJPY, you know, continuing to see these sells happening. Let's clear some of this off. And then another thing that I'm going to show you guys really fast is just, you know, we're going to double check using that fib tool as far as, I mean, that trend extending tool as far as what we could definitely see in the market. So I'll put it from here to here. Oh, excuse me, I drew that wrong. So I'm gonna put it to that low just so we can check this out. And then one thing we could see is that, well, we just have our 1.6. Hold on, let me draw this better. Okay, cool. So there we go. So like I was telling you guys, looking at this right here, 106.6 for the TP, that's very good just because of the fact that our 1618 is almost in this area too. You know, it's a cool, well, it's 50 pips off, but, you know, it's in a general area. And then even if we were to make a line from our 1618 to previous support and resistance where it was, we can see that, you know, we had some bounces and stuff like that over here. So that's what, you know, I'm looking for as far as UJ 106,600 for this sell. I'll write that out, and then I'm gonna put this in the Telegram chat. If you guys aren't in my Telegram chat, let me know. I'll add you guys to this right here. So that's that. Now, EJ pretty much expecting yeah, I don't know about EJ. I'm not too sure. I don't be trading EJ like that, but it looks like it's going to be a sell still. So that's what we're looking for with that. Now hopping over to EU, this is one to where we could see that, you know, we've had this huge little market gap that happened lately. So with this right here, one thing we can expect is this needs to get filled. All of this space right here, this needs to get filled up. So because of that, you know, we definitely can expect price to go up to fill that. And then once it fills it, you know, with where price is at, the only higher spots that this could go is to up here, really. And then we are going to see a rejection to the downside, you know, whether or not it's just a retracement before we continue up, we will see. But literally every time that price got around this point, you know, price was rejecting. So this is what I'm expecting here. I'm expecting to see that sell happen. Just because of the fact that, you know, last time price was here, which was right here, you know, price went all the way up. And even with right here where the market had gapped to, we have all these touches at this price level showing us that this is a support. So we have all of this. So, you know, hopefully we will see the breakout through this resistance right here. But, you know, I just wanted to show you guys really quickly everything we had going as far as where price is right now on EU. So definitely I'm looking for the buy still. The buy setup, you know, I'm looking for an easy 40 pips on the buy. So seeing that is going to be really easy just because of the fact that, you know, the gap has to be filled. So EU is going to be that buy. Now, if we look at GU and EU definitely generally move the same. So we definitely can get that buy still to the upside. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I told you guys that I want to see price get to around here or the 12800. So that's what that price was. So that is what I want to see. I would like to see this pair come test anywhere around here, whether it's here, or it's here at our 129. You know, this thing could definitely test out any of these spots just because all of this right here is very important. You know, this wick right here, we could see that wick being touched. Even with anything else, you know, this pair is still telling us that it's going in an upwards direction. So just because of that, you know, this is still looking like it's a buy. You know, 1 hour is looking like a buy too. But that's that. AU, I definitely want to see the sell happen. If we check this pair out, you know, we can still see that this thing is going, my bad. We can see that this thing is still going down. Let's check out the daily so we can see the actual, what's actually going on. So if we move this down a little bit and we check this out, right? And if we put these lines here, just to show us the last time price was at this high like this, you know, we could identify that this was a sell zone right here. Even at the bottom where price is at, which is right here, this is a spot that, you know, we have these 3 touches at. 1, 2, a little bit of this right there. And then we have the same rejection happening right here. So what I'm expecting to see is I do want to see the move to the downside, whether that's there, or here. You know, that's very important to what we have going on. If we throw a fib on this, we're able to see that I throw the fib from here to here, and if I mark in all these other levels, you know, if I was to use some of these negative lines, right, these negative numbers, the negative 618, we can see that that lined up perfectly. The negative 382 lined up perfectly, and our negative 27 kind of didn't really, but with these three lines. So definitely, guys, I do want to see the sell on AU to continue to happen, you know, just like I want to see that buy happen on EU and GU. So the sell, like I said, would be something I'm down to see on this pair since they move opposite of each other. So that's that. With this right here, my coordinates that I would like to see for take profits, excuse me, I'm going to be right here. So this one, 68,200. This is definitely the lowest I think price could go. And then we have this price right here, which is 900, 69,900. So that's what we got right there. And then of course we have 7,500, you know, just to show you guys how literally price respects whole levels and half levels. You know, if we go even just to the 1 hour, just so we can really check out this price, just so I can show you guys this really quickly. At this level of 7,500, we can see that, you know, we're getting a lot of consolidation in here. We're getting a lot of actual, you know, just little bits of movements. We have price that stays more or less in this area, and then we have the same, you know, upside movement, and it's more or less the same amount that is going down. So it's pretty much right now just figuring out what it's going to do. We've seen that we're continuing to make lower lows. So with this right here, one thing that we could say is that we're making, okay, bet. I know what I could draw. I was trying to think of what shape I could draw to help explain this. But, you know, pretty much, guys, literally, we're just in a channel right now. Easiest way to show you this is, once again, on the line graph. So we can see we've had the continuous touches to the bottom. Same thing with up here. You know, we can see that right there, more or less, you know, we can say that that's been a trend line. So we've been having price continually going lower. So what we could expect to see, nah, I'm not going to draw that. What we could expect to see is the breakout to the downside, just because, like I was saying, everything in this is showing us that it is going down. So AU, guys, I definitely do want to see the downside movement. Any one of these levels, right? 699, 6150, or our 68200, all three of these could be valid sells for this pair. So this is AU. So if AU is going to go down, guys, I want to see gold go down just as well. You know, I told you guys gold was going to go to 1290. I told you guys that a hot minute ago, very, very hot minute ago. You know, with the dollar dropping, gold is going to be rising. With AU dropping, now gold's going to be dropping. So just with this right here, you know, like I was saying, guys, literally we are about to hit our price of 1290, which is, you know, what I've been waiting for the past like 2-3 weeks, or probably like month and a half by now. But just with this, you know, I'm expecting to see a sell happen. So definitely, guys, look for that M. If we get any type of confirmation of an M, this thing is going to be a sell. Once again, guys, I am 100,000,000% waiting for Thursday and Friday for all of these pairs to really set up and show me what it is that I want to see. If they don't do that, then, you know, I'm just waiting. So let's be patient, guys. It's only the first week of the month. We do not need to be head hunting and looking for, forcing a trade to happen. These are the charts that I look at. Once you get consistent looking at charts, you're able to actually just see, what's going on. It's very easy to start getting in the habit of looking at the same patterns and understanding what's going on with them. So Israel, I got you on EU, AUUCAD. John, I hit EU for you. Carlitos, I hit gold for you. We got 6 minutes left, guys. If there's any other charts you want me to mark up, I got you guys. Other than that, make sure you guys throw this on the ground, just because we're always working. We're always getting it done. Quick little shout out to everybody that's in here. You guys are going on my story. So, my boy right here, Sovereign, shout out to you. But yeah, so thank you guys for hopping on. Let's check out what's in the comments. NZDCHF down. Bro's trying to make me work. Okay, so one thing I'm gonna say is I don't trade NZDCHF at all. So with this pair right here, the way that I will start looking at this to really start making this happen is understanding what it's doing on a higher time frame so we could go on a lower time frame. So with this pair right here, one thing that I could see right off the bat is I could see that we have there, here, and here. These are all 3 points that the market can touch that it hasn't touched in this downtrend that it's in. So another thing we could see too is we have these multiple touches right here, right? Indicating at price right there, it got rejected. Price went down. That's the first thing to look at. The next thing to understand and to look at is we had, let me get in here. The next thing to understand is checking this out. We even have all of this right here. That's happened. So this is a clear indication that this thing is moving to the downside. Even on top of this, one thing that I would like to see is, since it is making its way down, I would definitely like to see price hit here first before doing anything else. 63,800. So this is our first line where we can see price going to. So that's that. So we have that. Now, the next thing that I would like to do is, this is an example where we use a trend-based fib extension. So I'm going to draw this from the last high to the last low. So one thing that we could check out is, hold on guys, my bad about this. I got my little lock on, making a mess. Okay, bet. So moving this, more or less somewhere around there, where we could just put it to the last low that price has been making. So let's actually hop over to the 4. This will be a whole lot easier. Checking this out, right? If we put it right here, guys, more or less we could see that our 1.1618, which we could use as our first TP, is right here. Our 2.618 is our second TP, which actually is a key level, or you kind of say it is. Well, actually, there we go. Now it's a key level. So we have this right here. And so, we could say that price definitely is going downwards. I would like to see our first TP be this price right here at 638. Our second TP right here at 605. So that's either, yeah, bro. So honestly, I'm seeing the sell for a minute. This is 200 pips. Once again, I do not trade this pair, but that's what it's looking like, you know, that 603. Just because of what price is doing right here, you know, we can see that anytime price was here, which is the same price as here, price went down and touched here. So this literally happened with right there, happened right here. And so, you know, happened right here once with price being right here. So definitely do want to see price come down to 63800. But thank you guys. We have a minute left on here. Shout out to you guys for being on the bus down. Thank you guys for grinding with me. ECAD, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a sell because UCAD going up, gold going up. Yeah, honestly, guys, I think ECAD is gonna be I want to say a sell, but I don't know. Daniela, my bad, I couldn't get to your chart. Appreciate you guys being on here. This call is gonna be on YouTube as soon as you guys hop off here. So hop on my YouTube if you guys want to learn. Other than that, thank you guys for a good night. See y'all later.